What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. I'm on my other page, Hunt to Live. All right, because I do other shit. All right, I really do. I enjoy my life. All right. So what I'm trying to do today, what I'm trying to learn is, because right now it's not hunting season. That starts back up in September, but I can go fishing. That's still hunting, and I can hunt for other things. Right. And today I'm hunting for chicken of the woods. Chicken of the woods is a mushroom that grows in the woods that's edible. There's a lot of things in the woods that's edible. And we, as modern society, has definitely gotten away from it, right? Like, we don't know, when we're looking into these forests, we don't know what we're looking at. But the thing is, in this forest, all right, there are things that will provide us human beings with all the things we need to sustain ourselves. It's just that modern day society has gotten us to forget about that, right? Our grandmamas used to know. Our great-grandmamas used to know what that leaf and that plant was, right? And we lost it. But here's the thing, all right? In the age of information, ChatGPT has made it so we can now rediscover, all right? We can now rediscover all of those things that we lost. So now I'm going to use modern-day technology, right? And an old way of thinking, which is live with nature, be one with nature, kumbaya with nature. I'm going to take both those things, and I'm going to see if I can combine it to add value to my life. Can I find mushrooms? I'm hunting for them now. Can I find mushrooms that I can cook in this here forest, right? At a park, at a really nice park, right? In my area. And can I cook that and eat it? Now, this is not a catch and cook, right? Because I need to cook this offline to see if it's something I could do. I love mushrooms, by the way. It's one of my favorite foods. I believe mushrooms are fifth dimensional intergalactic species, right, that are here for us. When we consume them, you know, from our point of view, we're consuming them, but from their point of view, they're probably consuming us. I'm trying to tell you, mushrooms are something else, right? Let's see what we can find. Let's see if I can successfully do that. Now, I'm going to use ChatGPT, take pictures. I'm going to take pictures of the mushroom if I do find it, right? And other mushrooms if I do run into them. And I'm going to take pictures of it, see if I can identify it and what its usefulness is for. Because there's other things, there's medicinals, medicational, all kind of stuff just for free within these woods, right, that I can gather to use for my benefit. So let's see what I can do. I think they call this foraging, but it's still hunting to me. If hunting is going out and finding something, all right, that's gonna give you substance, all right, that's gonna benefit you medically, or, you know, satiate your need to eat. So let's go see what we can find. All right, so I just got started and already found some mushrooms, and I just want to find out what they're made of. I mean, what they do on this dead tree that's fallen. So let me see if I can figure it out. Let's take a look at these mushrooms. I'm sure you guys have seen this before, right? You've seen these kind of mushrooms. Let's look at the pattern here to see if we can identify this mushroom. Seems like a good sample. Let's see what I can find. Okay, guys, so we have what we are assuming is a turkey tail. That's what ChatGPT told me. It's a medicational mushroom. It looks like it's usable, but we obviously got to watch out for the thing about mushrooms. You got to watch out for the poison kind, because a lot of them are good for you, right? Some of them will take you to another universe, right? If you eat certain mushroom, it will gather you up and take you to the other dimension I said they're from, right? And others will just keep you in that dimension. You'll eat it and then you'll leave and you'll never come back. You'll stay there, right? So if I wanted to, I could collect this and use this as medication, as you saw in the description, right? If I were to need this, indigestion, immune system, right, stuff. But you just have to, I would ask ChatGPT, but then I would also ask Gemini, and I would ask every other AI, and I would also open up a book to verify that ChatGPT is correct, right? I would do checking. When it comes to mushrooms, you want to check again, especially if it has a mushroom that's equivalent that could cause you harm. So, okay, so I found the first one. So now, I know a lot of you guys walk past this and be like, oh, look at mushrooms, right? Don't even think about it. But yeah, now you know when you walk past these damn mushrooms, all right, there are uses for them. Just ask good old Chat GPT or Gemini. Don't ask Grok. Don't do Grok. All right, you can't trust Grok, right? But do the rest and see what you can do. See what else you can collect out here in this forest that gives you an abundance. All right, an abundance that you know nothing of because the government don't want you to know. All right, let's go see what else we can find. I found some more of this turkey tail mushrooms. So far, this is I guess was April. This is the season. It hasn't rained in about a week, so I have to say these are the ones that's out while it's relatively dry. All right, let me turn it around. But as you can see, this turkey tail here is very, very resilient and high and definitely available for those who know how to utilize this natural, and I can't call it a plant because they're not plants, right? But to use these mushrooms for medicinal purposes, for medical purposes, if you know how to, you know, or if you just study and research how to do it yourself. But I'm pretty sure that these turkey tails, right? I'm pretty sure some scientist has taken this turkey tail, powdered it up, put it in a capsule and selling it to somebody. Think about it. So check it out. I found some deer tracks and raccoon tracks. Check it out. Let me see if I can show you. All right, so this is the deer track, right? That's a deer track, but you can see right here, that's a raccoon. Definitely raccoons. So clearly, raccoons and deer use this as a segue to wherever they're going. Here's a tip for those who are hunting raccoons, because I know the stigma online about raccoons, but raccoons are a traditional African-American dish. We hunt raccoons to eat them, all right? Not the trash pandas that we got eaten out of our backyards, eating out our trash cans, but in the forest, where the raccoons actually eat, you know, what the forest provides. So the meat is going to be different, or it's going to be fresh. And raccoon is a tasty meat. And I should, when it's raccoon season right now. I can hunt raccoon right now, but I'll wait till hunting season because it requires a little bit more than what I got right now. I would like to go out with a group of people for that. But yeah. So anytime, like if you're into hunting, if you're doing mushroom hunting, or you're just walking around in the woods, you know, outside of season, you should always be looking for, now this area is not a hunting area, but you should always practice tracking and looking for paw prints and trying to identify the animal, you know, and looking for patterns. Even in the places you are hunting, if you're just out there picking mushrooms, finding medicinal plants and herbs, or just enjoying yourself, you should always pay attention to the tracks. Understand how nature works and look at nature's highway and how animals move about it. You understand? So you can, you know, reconnect with nature in all aspects. Yo, I can't make heads or tails where this starts. Check this out. So you have this large root, you have this tree, right? It's clearly coming from this tree, right? And this is clearly some kind of a root, right? Thick root. I think it's a single root, right? Or it might, I think it's coming this way, going into the ground, right? and it's going up this tree, right? And it just keeps going. Now the question is this a branch that came from the top and grew down and became a root? Or is it a root, right, that branched out and started to do his own thing and wrap up the tree? Who knows? You're talking about hundreds of years of growth, trauma and drama to do this. And it's solid, but in fact, it's a root. How about that? I always find it interesting when you come into the forest, you can see all kind of amazing things that seem simplistic to the average person. But I mean, this is the primordial ooze of all of us, isn't it? Got more deer tracks. This seems to be a deer highway. If you look this way, you can see the path of the deer, right? And it's going adjacent to the little lake that's over here. It's going that way. Always pay attention to little stuff like that. All right, guys, I think we found a false turkey tail. The other turkey tail that I showed you, right, had a dangerous cousin, a lookalike, and I think I found it, right? Let me show you. Okay, guys, so this is the false turkey tail. All right, this has no medicinal value. You do not want to use this or consume these in any form or fashion. Their only job is to do its ecological job, right? This is what it looks like underneath, right? And this is a tree is on, a dead tree. I want you to think about this. In history, all the medicine men, all the medicine women, all the people called witches and things like that in the past, these were people who knew how to come out here, gather what nature provided for us, put it together to either heal us, right, protect us, or end us, right? And so if you have the power to take a mushroom like this, and you realize what this mushroom can do, you can make it in a powder form, you can put it in somebody's food, you can cause them, right, to have some sort of effect based off this. And to somebody who don't know anything about what nature can provide, that can look like magic. That could get a person burned in a society that's anti-intellectual because they gear towards more fantasism or religion, right, where everything is supposed to just poof, you know, happen without any natural mechanism to make it go poof, right? They tend to be the ones that get the short end of the stick. But remember, all that magic in the past and those people that can just bewitch you, or that hoodoo or that voodoo or that root work or any of that black magic y'all talk about that affects people, it's just somebody who knows how to come out, find a mushroom, find a plant that either going to heal you or hurt you, and they've mastered it. Dude, this is centuries and centuries, more than centuries. This is 1,000 years of collective human information, right, that we are slowly and surely, right, we're slowly but surely losing, because modern society says that the person who finds this goes, crinkles up, turns it into a powder, puts a long label on it, and then says they own it, and then they sell it back to you, when you can come out and probably get most of the stuff for free. Think about it. All right, I found some different mushrooms. Let me show you. Now, these are called pheasant mushrooms, right? They got another name, dried something. You'll hear the information, but these are called pheasant mushrooms, right? These have medicinal value, right? These have medicinal value. I'm going to give you all the information on these things. But as you can see, I'm just walking around in the woods and I'm finding things that we could use as black folks. We need to get back into that root work. Get back into that root work. This is what it looks like. Let me get up close. Let me get up close. Right? You can make mushroom tea. All right, y'all know that's all the craze, right? Everybody's making mushroom tea. We can make our own damn tea. Go out here, get the damn mushroom, and make the tea. This is what it looks like, guys. It grows on, you know, dead logs. And I found it right here, actually. Just sitting right there. Found it right there. So, we found 3 mushrooms so far. 2 of them are useful. 1, not to touch. All right, we're doing good so far. I still haven't found my chicken of the forest. I'm not sure if I'm gonna find that one out here today. Maybe if it rained and I came out here like a day or 2 afterwards, but I'm just out here now because you know, it's a nice day. Why not? Why not, right? Huh? All right, guys, I'm on a roll. I found a hardwood conch. All right, let's check it out. Hardwood conch. It's a wet looking one. Okay, I found a few of them. Okay, I have this one. Looked like something already tried to eat it. There's mold growing on it right here, so look at that. That looks like mold, but this is called a hardwood conch. Oh, it's very hard. It really is hard. Here's the other one. Hardwood conch. Now this one has a medicinal value, but you can't just eat it because it's, first of all, it's like wood. It's almost like wood, but it has medicinal value. So you would collect it. More than likely, probably something you have to powder up, you know, process and powder up. But here's another one just growing on a dead tree. The key is look for dead trees. All right, that's why mushrooms like cool places where they can get moisture. There's an ecosystem, you know. So look for areas like that. So it's not directly into the sun, but yeah. I'm not gonna break this off. I'm gonna leave that right here. Here's a little small one right there. Literally feels like wood. It's on there too. How about that? Finding all kind of crap out of here. How about that? So that's, what's that, 4 so far? 3 useful, 1 not. All right. You know the great thing about being in the woods? There's absolutely no traffic. There's no lines. You ain't got to talk to nobody, but you're not alone. Awesome. All right, guys, I found a pretty useful plant that we probably all see and never pay attention to. Let me show you. This plant right here, very useful. All right. Apparently, this plant can heal cuts, burns, poison ivy, and various other things. It's a medicinal plant. Now you can also eat them when they're young. This one looks pretty big, so I don't think this is one you would want to eat. But if you ever see a plant that looks exactly like this, know that you can use this for various different skin conditions, and I'm pretty sure some other conditions, you know, internally if you know how to use it. So isn't that cool? It's just on the ground, guys. Just is here, free. Look, free. No CVS, no Walgreens, no no medical bill for it, no nothing. It's just the earth provides. Okay, we just have to put in a little legwork and figure out how to get it from scratch instead of getting that white pottery stuff inside them little capsules that they like to, you know, cut and chop and put other fake shit in there to stretch it out. You know what I mean? Come get the original stuff. The original. All right. All right, let's go. That was a bonus. All right, since I can't find my mushroom, I figure I'll look at other things that might be useful. You know, why not? All right, as I'm out here hunting for mushrooms and other useful plants, I'm still paying attention to the tracks and the little trails throughout the woods. Check this out. You see there's this little line right here, right? And this is basically the deer highway. You can see the deer hoofs right here. You see? And from the depth of it, you can, you know, I'm not good at that yet, but from the depth of it, you can probably tell how the size of it, the age, whatnot. But as you can see, I'm seeing this look like 1 or 2 deer are walking through here. Right, so these are cool little things you can, you know, you can pay attention to add to your skill set when out in the woods, because you never know when the apocalypse happening. Because you know, them folks acting kind of crazy. We might have to end up going back in the woods one day and living off the land. You know what I mean? All right, I found another plant we can use. All right. And I know all of you have walked past this several times. Don't pay it no mind. All right, check it out. See these things right here? These things right here. All right. is a garlic mustard plant. Is it edible? Yes. This has many, many, many different usages. Also, is an invasive species, right? So you can pluck as many of these as you want, right? And you'll be doing nature a favor and yourself a favor. So yes, you can eat these. These are edible. So if you got to get everything, the stem, the leaves, the flower, this whole plant is edible. So if you see these, and they're always growing in patches. They grow in patches like this. So you'll see a bunch of them together. Just know that you can eat these, all right? Obviously, you would look it up and see how to cook them, right? Probably gonna need some salt and pepper, you know what I'm saying, some Miss Dash or something, but you can eat them. There you go. All right, guys, I found the mother lode of edible plants, okay? Check this out. See all this? See all that? Do you see everything on the ground that's green and short, right? But let me get close up to it. This is called wild violet. Wild violet. You can eat this. This is edible. Now, the young leaves are the ones that you're supposed to eat, right? It's always a good rule with young leaves when it comes to leafy greens to eat them young. You got the most nutrients, and it probably doesn't create the harsh chemicals or the harsh material that would be rough on your stomach later on. But yeah, all of this, and it grows low, grows very low. You walk right by it. Every time you're in the woods, you're walking by this salad that's for free. Listen, Whole Foods, y'all. Whole Foods. You know damn well it's $7. All right, this is $7 at Whole Foods. $7 at Whole Foods. All right. So I just put you on to something. All right, you ain't got to go to Whole Foods. Go to your park and look for some of this. All right, look for some of these. You'll be all right. All right, well, we didn't manage to find my chicken in the woods, so that was a failed mission. But we did find various other mushrooms and various other plants that we can use. So it's a win. It's a win for me. Good practice, good exercise to be out here amongst nature, moving about, walking, using my body naturally to do what we are naturally meant to do, forage for food, right? It's a great exercise. It's not repetitive, redundant, because I hate repetitive exercises. That's why I don't do them, right? But something like this, get out here, learn something, figure out something new, and get a good exercise at the same time. It's a total win all the way around. So hope you guys enjoy this. You got to hunt to live, guys. All right, so I don't know when my next adventure is. I'm thinking I'm gonna go fishing. I think I have more success in finding fish than I will finding chicken in the woods, which is a mushroom, by the way. All right, so I guess we'll do that next. Or maybe we'll come out, I'll go to another forest and I go forage again. Or if it rains, most definitely I'm going back out. But anyway, you guys tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. All right, it's Afro Think Tank. This is Hunt to Live. I'm out.